I am perturbed, my friends. I had a really bad time with this toy. Tons of QC issues straight out of the box. I thought it was just me, but looking at the comments on ShowZ, it's evident that this toy suffers from subpar manufacturing, material, and like I mentioned, overall just lack of QC. And it's really a shame because this was my Anakin Skywalker, meaning like, you were the chosen one! I mean, seriously. But alas, shoddy craftsmanship and manufacturing really just ruins what is actually a decent looking toy that has great presence and, at least to me, a fun transformation. And I'll apologize in advance right now for the agitation and kind of the spiciness that you hear in my voice throughout the video. I don't like doing reviews like this, but it just happened. And while I initially start by endorsing the product, I eventually walk back my cosign. I mean, I just couldn't do it. But anyway, check out the video and judge for yourselves, okay? Thanks. I am a sad potato, because look at this. This is Lucky Cat's masterpiece, either Bumblebee movie or Revenge of the Ball in Optimus Prime, and he came to me super duper busted. Look at this, dude. Sheared right off in the first transformation. The head completely was exploded. It wasn't attached. That's just what I got over here, and I'll show you some of the other bits. And these shins actually were just flying all over the box, and they're metal, which is great, but not when you get the box and you just hear clinkety-clank, clinkety-clank, clinkety-clank. I was tripping hard. I opened it up, and not only did I find the face all like exploded open, the ear was straight broken. Bruh, how does this happen, dude? Seriously, Sad potato time. Seriously, this should have been a good time because this dude is dope. He's an oversized version of something, and the reason I say is oversized is when you start examining him, you're going to see that not that they're simplified areas. There's areas that lack details like a legit masterpiece would not have missed out on, but he's missing certain things, and it makes me very sad. I do think the transformation is fun. There's a lot of things that are actually very reminiscent of SS-102 with the upgrade kit, the way it transforms. I mean, it's Optimus Prime, so yeah, certain things are going to be certain things, but even down to this, the way it looks, the way it transforms, the way this flips, it just seems like a very sophisticated version of something that you've already seen, and I think that's grand. I like everything about it except one. I definitely feel that some of the plastic might be subpar. I get a sense that it might be some of the same plastic that they used for their standard small Lucky Cat stuff, but they just kind of blew it up. I mean, look at this. You want to like it. I want to like it. There's so much great detail in weathering, design, everything. I really wanted to endorse this and co-sign it, and I will to some degree because I think all of these things are just kind of QC issues, and this is nicely done, and there's little bits that will help it adhere to the arm. I don't know exactly how to do it right now, but neither here nor there. But yeah, we got the blade, and that's nice. There's an axe, that's nice. We saw the hand cannon thing, and then we got his blaster, but I'm so perturbed right now that it's really hard for me to enjoy this toy. And I've reached out to ShowZ already to get some replacement parts, but man, sad potato. There's a lot of bits that are metal on here, and they're quite nice, and I think they're used in the right places for it. But man, these tolerances, like, bro, how are you going to tell me that on the first spin, this thing just sheared off way too tight? No proper QC was done on this, and it makes me very sad. It's really unfortunate because could have been a contender. You can see over here, you got that nice spine that a lot of these figures do. That's pretty cool. And then if you actually get this open, yeah, you can do that. There's some nice like soft ratchets and hard ratchets over. Oh, okay, you know what? I thought this was on a ratchet, but I guess not. The leg is definitely on a ratchet. Like, it's a softer one here. The one that goes out is rather hard. Maybe they just could have used the softer one on all the areas, but this is what I'm talking about. If you look between the legs over here, right? Let me get this to point out. Like some of these areas, perhaps a more sophisticated masterpiece would have put some like additional details. He's missing that. On the inside, some of his bits are missing details, and it really does feel like a oversized, a very nice oversized version of something that they either did before or they, I don't know, or they borrowed or something like that. And I really do want to like it, yeah. And then all these bits, they're very pretty. They're very pretty, but I don't know. Like, this doesn't really strike me as masterpiece scale. I mean, perhaps if they could have used more details, but these are just like one bit. This is one bit of just molded plastic with some of the details on there. But at a glance from far away, you'd be like, this is a premium toy. And I would agree with you far away. But the closer you get, you do realize that, yeah, it's an oversized, smaller bot, and that's fine, but I just wish it didn't have all these issues. With the toy. Yeah. I mean, he has good articulation. You know, these what is it, skirts have a double hinge for the sake of like transformation. And so, yeah, you can get your Haya, get it even like higher. And then if you move the arms out of the way, you know, you can. Oh, but you know what? I realize if you're not careful, I feel like something's going to break over here, dude. Oh, so you got to be careful about that. Long term, if you really mess with this guy, I feel like he's the type of toy that's going to get loose on you. I do like him, though. I really do like him. The transformation is like simple and complex at the same time. In philosophy, it's simple. If you know like SS102, it's similar to that. But in actual like execution, you will see that it does get it does get pretty detailed, especially because they're able to do so at this particular scale, you know. And he's nice. He's really nice, dude. But just wish mine didn't come with all these beep issues, you know. But let me start transforming him for you. I'm going to cut away for a second. I'm going to move all these bits out of the way. And as we go through the transformation, you're going to be able to see what I'm talking about in terms of all the great things about him, and also some of the perhaps not so great things. Because there's some areas that are kind of frictiony and like chunky, and then they're like clashing against each other. And I'm never a fan of that type of stuff, you know. But he does make it work. Yeah, I do wish they kind of like added a little bit more paint detail on the inside of the leg, and perhaps some accents on here and there. But again, for the most part, it's not too bad. And I think there are like magnet gimmicks spread throughout, but I don't know. All right, anyway, let me cut away. We'll get back and we'll transform them. Okay. All right, I don't think I'm going to need the manual for this one, and if I do, I'll just kind of take a breather, step away, and I'll come back. But first, we're just going to like keep the arms out here. It's just for the sake of clearance. The hands are like this because this is how they need to be when you transform later, okay? And so what you start by doing is this. This side skirt doesn't really lift up like SS102, but what you got to do is you got to lift this up, and then you got to rock it back. There is a hinge that will allow you to do that, and you can see that first tab, and then there's another one. There's a smaller one in there, right? And so you're moving that back there. I mean, I don't really know honestly, what that does. I don't know if it's for the sake of clearance or if it's something that's supposed to look more toy accurate or something, but either way, they have it built in. And so that's just that. Yeah, that's just that. Let me kind of get the leg out of the way. And so, or spread the leg out so that you can see. So from here, this is going to lift up. Yeah. And, you know, you see what I mean? Like all of this stuff looks very, very basic inside. And it's fine, but at least to me, when I see this, and again, lack of detail and things like that, I just feel like this is a really, really big Voyager, like a complicated Voyager figure, you know, or a sophisticated one, so to speak. And then these, you're just going to move up here. They don't tab into anything. I wish they would, but they don't. And they're just going to hang out over there, okay? And then from here, we are going to, this will lift up. Like there's some cool things. And don't get me wrong, I like this guy, and I do endorse him. I do endorse him, but we need to address some of those QC things. Okay, I forgot this part. We got to lift that up, and that's going to go over here. Again, it's not really going to tab into anything later on. Sorry, it's not going to tab into anything right now. Later on, some of the truck bits are going to slide in there, but for the time being, that's just kind of like that, okay? And so now that's all open, you can move the foot around, and what you're trying to do is you're going to lift this section out. Maybe if I move the foot over here, I can do it a little bit better. Hold up. Okay. So before you, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this out of the way. But before we do that, we're actually going to spin. You're going to pull these out, and then you're going to spin this around 180. And then you put that back. And you want to make sure that this is as low as possible. And then we're going to peel that out. Then we're just going to kind of move that up there. This will close back up, and then the toe will close up over here. And then from here, this little bit will flip out and it'll plug in. So this, what you're seeing over here, is very, very, very similar to SS102 with the upgrade kit. I don't know if there's another bot that natively kind of has this in there, but SS102 with the upgrade kit does do that. Natively, I don't think it does this. Like the feet just like hang out or something like that. But whatever, dude. So yeah, so we just repeat the process. We lift that up, and it tabs in well enough. You got to make sure that it lines up, and then this goes up like that. Then we got to make sure that we can get the foot out of the way. And then we untab this bit, bring all of that down, and then get this to come out. Pull this out, and they actually do this for the front tire as well. There's a lot of cool, smart and fun things about this. It's just that, yeah, my version's QC sucks, that's all. And then ultimately, that's pretty much the legs. And that's what it's going to look like. So you're either a fan of that or you're not, but it is what it is. And that's just the way it's done. I don't think these things do anything because otherwise there would be some clearance issues with this. Yeah, and I'm not going to do that. So yeah, this is interesting. I thought it was metal, but I think it's hold up. I think it's plastic. What is that noise? Oh. I gotta attend to that. There's something loose on my table or something. Okay, so those are the legs, Greg. And this, we are going to rotate out, and then rotate in, and then we're gonna get that to sit in there. Like so, right? So cool enough. Like, I really wonder, like, did nobody think it was weird when they were packing my box and they heard like clink, 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 clink? And I don't mean Shozy. I'm talking about like the Lucky Cat folks. Like when they were just packaging up that Optimus Prime, nobody was like, yo, is it supposed to sound like this? Like, you know what I mean? Especially they've been doing it all day, or maybe it broke in transit. And if it broke in transit, then that's another problem. I don't know if it has to be this deep. I may have done a little too much, but whatever, dude. We'll know later. Yeah, perhaps it's not this deep. But let me get the legs pegged and situated. All right, dude. We'll figure that out later. I don't think it's going to make a difference, but sure, why not? So it's like that, okay? Legs done. Okay. I need a breather. I'll be right back. All right, cool. So we can raise the arms back down. Needed to center myself because sad potato. We untab the chest. And the chest is on like a double hinge, and also there's this like slight, I don't think it's on a ball joint, but it is on a spinning mechanism. It can rotate. You're gonna pull this down, and the matrix also is very basic. There is a magnet on the back, so I'm assuming that this is magnet operated. It'll light up, and yeah, whatever. So you got to pull this out as far as possible because this needs to bend down, and then that's going to do that because this whole bit on the top, it needs to spin. It needs to spin and orient itself like properly. But I may be doing a couple of things out of order, but that's okay. So we are going to kind of pull this out. You see that? This whole bit. And then this over here also. And once you pull that out, I think it's going to allow you to kind of because you do need the chest does need to rock forward, and I might be missing a step right now, but because you pull these down, you know. So all right, give me a second. I need to step away and take a look at the instructions. Oh yeah, I remember. You got to untab this area, dude. I've destroyed so many spudgers. Okay, now. This will all swing down, but this right over here, we're going to untab that, and then we're going to rock it forward, and then tab that in here. Cool? And so this is what I was talking about. There's a lot of things that are similar. Like if you're familiar with the SS102 transformation, you probably recognize a couple of things already, right? So we're going to bring these down, and the tires, So they do this interesting thing where they pull out. You see that little bar in there, and then you push down, and then you push back in. So that's pretty cool. You know, I like that. Then you push down, get back in, and then that's going to hug up the bottom. I do wish these things kind of like tabbed in place, but they do not. But it is what it is in the biz, my grizz. All right. Now we got to rotate this whole bit around and got to make sure that I'm just getting all the clearance that I can over here. Cool. Cool tools. All right. You see that bar right there? This bar. You see these empty sliders, right? You see those because this will compress twice. And I think, yeah, it did it already. So it'll compress twice and this foot's coming apart. And yeah, so again, really cool little things that they've built in, and they're able to do that because this thing is so big, right? And you can see that this eventually is going to all fold out and become the grill, and we're going to have a good time and blah, 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 blah. But we have to rotate these bits out, but you do have to angle them because these things have little lips on them. There's a little bit that hangs out, and so you do have to. Oh, okay, yeah. It has to. There you go. It has to swing under that silver bit. There you go. And you start getting it out. And then you start straightening it up. Then you bring these bits down. And ultimately, these bits will tab in to just like that. Yeah, that's what it is. And that's gonna tab into here, and these are gonna tab in up front. And I dig that. I love tabs and slots. Cool. And before we do this, we got to bring this down, and it does that. So this is a bit unsightly to me, these black dots. I don't think they're magnets. I think those are just like bolts and stuff, but I think it looks rather unsightly. And then you can tab this thing in place. And pretty much the front is done. Get that in there. Get that in there. I may have forgotten to flip the head over, but I think we can do it right now. Oh, also another thing. This gray bit is separate from this red bit, right? And dude, it kept on popping off on me. And just gonna leave it off, dude. All right, cool. You know what? I probably need to keep the doors open then. Fine. Then we're gonna turn that around, and you can see the nice, the truck lights that we're familiar with. And then those ultimately will kind of sit down. Sit down over there. Okay. The arms. The arms are probably the most complicated. I don't know if complicated is the right word, but it definitely has stuff. Oh, the matrix just fell out. Yeah, you can see a little magnet that I was telling you about, right? Yeah. We'll just kind of put that back. And another thing, like this is the stuff too. No details. A true masterpiece figure, I feel like, would have kind of fleshed that out, would have done something special with it. And that's why I just keep thinking to myself, like, I think this is a little guy that they just made big, you know? I'm not Philippians. I'm not familiar enough with Lucky Cat products to know if they did one of these at this scale. And I didn't bother looking it up. But if you know, drop it in the comments, drop it like it's hot. And this is just going to hang out over here, and everything is going to tab in Rater Gator. This part, the part that made me a sad potato. You lift. You lift, and then, dude, I hope this one doesn't break. Dude, it's super tight. Okay, cool. And you spin, right? That's all I did. That's all I did for the other side, and it just, I almost cursed right now. It just sheared off, and I can't unscrew it and put it back because, like, the post was here. And now it's just embedded inside this thing, you know? And very sad. Very, very, very sad. I hope Shozi sends me a replacement for this bit. I mean, the other bits I know they will, but I hope they send me this one as well. One of the bits that one of the parts that I actually really hate is, so they instruct you to insert the arms into the what is it, the front of the chassis as the last bit. There's a lot of crickety crunch, and I don't like it one bit. I don't like it one bit. But the arm over here, so what we're going to do is we're going to extend that out. I think that's pretty cool. And then you're going to start lifting bits up. And there you go. And you can start seeing the car come together, right? And then you're going to flip that all the way up. And then, where's the... The other bit folds up, but I'm having difficulty locating it. One moment. It was right here, and I totally didn't see it. So you lift this up, and you unfold that, and you unfold that. So there's just a lot of unfolding. The plastic seems decent enough. Just whatever I went through earlier was very unfortunate. So this, what you need to do is you're going to turn the fist, and I think it does this, and the hand just rotates back there. All right. Wait. Okay. Yeah, like that. Okay. Then we just got to orient everything in the right kind of direction. Then bend up. And this is the stuff that I'm talking about. This bit has to slip in here, and that hole needs to tap into that. But I was unable to do that. And so every time I did this, the front of this piece would just, not front, but the front part of the side would be jutting out. Ugh, I don't like doing that. There's so much crunchiness, but hey, you know what? It kind of lined up better than before. And then this over here is the lip that's gonna, Yo, I swear there was an area over here where this is supposed to plug in. But I can't seem to find it right now. So whatever, dude. We're just going to ignore that. But we just make this sit in nice and proper. And then we're going to fold this. Fold this out. Wait, hold up. Why is this not? I swear it was better before, but it's just giving me some issues right now. Dude, what the heck? My table's super loose, so I gotta figure this out. Okay, so let me do the other arm off camera, and I'll be right back. By the way, as I started doing this, a stress mark appeared. Where'd it go? I think it's on this hinge. I can't see it now. But a stress mark appeared, and I'm starting to take back that endorsement that I provided earlier. The plastic quality is cheap. The plastic quality is cheap, definitely. Some areas better than others, but I think they need more practice with these larger scale toys. Perhaps they got their small cube box stuff on lock, and they can do those really well. But as for these, dude, what the heck, dude? As for these larger scale ones, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. Dude, what is... That's a crazy noise. Watch, my table's just going to collapse on me. Dude, I don't know where that's coming from. All right. Well, all right. Sorry. Off camera again. One sec. All right, I got in there. I got the arm in there, and you know what? I'm just gonna officially say it. I'm gonna walk that endorsement back. Cannot recommend. I think it's a cool toy. I really do. I like the aesthetic in bot mode and also in car mode. But as you can see, when you look at all these unsightly gaps, this is not a masterpiece grade. When you see this over here, that's not masterpiece. The size is, you know, it reminds me of the old school like Weijang stuff, which were just Voyagers. Can't really get this stuff to like seat. The front, like I told you, those little holes and posts and ports, I can't even see in there right now. So there's no way for me to like try to align this. I have no idea where that thing is in there. But yeah, this is unsightly. Underneath the tires, like these bays, this is unsightly. This is not great. And so I'd like this. I do. But not as a masterpiece figure. This is just an oversized Voyager or something even smaller or something like... Oh, forgot a couple of bits. This is cool. I like that. And I like that. And so those are some of the things that they can afford to do at a larger scale. And that's cool. That's really cool. And similar to SS102, yeah, these things kind of tab down. And this is the broken bit that I was talking to you about. I think it's a really good attempt. But I think they needed better playtesting, maybe some focus groups and some QC, people going through this over and over, because I've only gone through this a couple of times and I can see plastic starting to stress, stuff broke on its own, stuff was popping out. And so, yeah, cannot endorse for the time being, but it is a cool toy nonetheless. I would be very, very, very happy to have a V2 that addresses all of these issues and things like that. But this V1, as it stands, and yo, why is there a random hole over there? He doesn't have that here. Very strange. Yeah, cannot endorse this one right now, okay? But you saw what this is about, and if you like it, hey, that's all that really matters. If you're down with the bot mode, the truck mode, and this stuff doesn't really bother you, go for it. Take the plunge, but for me, it is a nada, brada. I'll talk to you another time. Sad potato. Bye.